Good morning, everybody. Lindsay Huddles from SPS back in the building. This time we're outside at the Rock. I'm in my hometown of Detroit on Belle Isle at the Scott Memorial Fountain. So many of us grew up knowing about that. Going to get started in a little while. I just want to wish you guys a happy Monday, happy day after Father's Day. We're going to continue the celebration for our fathers. That's going to be part of today's Monday motivation, the message. Just hold on for a little while, let the people uh, come on board if they're available. But if not, you can always rewind the tape. We're out here getting it in. Talk about the quiet strength of Father's Day message. That's right. Lindsay Huddleston back in the building. Who could this be? The birthday boy, James Wu Payne, my guy. What's up, brother? Happy belated birthday. I know you had that celebration this weekend. Be doing the same thing coming up Saturday, man. I wish I could have been there. You know how that goes. Wu Payne, we're talking about the quiet strength of fathers, the impact that fathers have. I read your brother Rob's book, Deep, and it definitely is that. And knowing your story collectively about the impact of the men in your life. And I think it's a perfect segue. You know, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome, because let's get right to it, man. You know, masculinity has been under attack in this world. And I'm not talking that toxic masculinity that people argue about. They say, oh, he's out of order. Good morning, Michelle. Happy Eugene, Oregon Day. I know you're out there in Eugene, I believe, enjoying yourself and checking out KJ. Yep, I'm in the D. I slid down on him. Down here, I'm going to be at some events today. I'll be at Derek Coleman's piece. He said, you know where I'm at, right? She sees that. There's something to be said about that, Michelle, that you can just see this image and you know. And I think I can put that into our message today of quiet strength. You can just see something and know. And I want to talk about fatherhood and being a father and the attack that men have been going through. And I just want to single these guys out today and say, despite what society says and the challenges that we have or the expectations that are placed upon us that many feel that we fall short of, it's so easy for a woman to say, be a man. So easy for a woman to say, you need to grow up. All these things, and in many cases being valid, but I want to honor the men who are handling that. Today is the day to honor those who are taking care of business, you know, those kings that we talk about, you know, who are really taking care of things, taking care of their families, taking care of their children, being good dads out here, you know, being role models in the community, helping out. And I just don't want us to get lost on these men and those who are even trying. The story of this memorial here, Scott Memorial, the person, James Scott, he was bequeathed money back in about the 1920s by his dad. But he was a scoundrel, referring to this guy. To the city didn't even want to accept the gift, Michelle. They didn't want to accept the gift that he was offering to build this because he had such a bad reputation. So when we talk about where people are and where they come from, I want to just skip to a comment by a psychiatrist, Frank Pittman. He said, fathering is not something perfect men do, but something that perfects the man. And other things that can be stated, you know, about what it is to be a father and how long it takes you to get to that point, you know, of to be able to be a good guy. Now, I was able to receive praises from my daughter on Father's Day. I got my Father's Day card from my baby. You know, she said some cool things. She wrote it out and she talked about admiring, respecting, and trusting me. But I just think we have to understand that for so many men, it doesn't always start out like that. And that's what I want to speak to. You know, you don't start out being this perfect dad. You try. And as forgiving the society may be to women, yes, I said that in many cases, their blemishes and their challenges that they overcome. But for men, oh my God, you get raked through the coals. And particularly for African-American men who've had our struggle, had our challenges, it's just really difficult to be able to get that support, you know? Well, you say, Michelle, parenting doesn't come with the book, but gets better through experience. You're right. You're right. And it's that experience we have to have. And so many of us, when the road gets tough in parenting, it's easy to take a detour. I'll be honest. I'll be totally, you know, transparent about the relationship with my dad. We didn't have a relationship until I got like out of high school. And to be honest, we didn't really have a great relationship until I got married 10 years ago almost. But just yesterday, we're on the phone. He's calling me. I'm talking to him. We're talking about Happy Father's Day, and he's telling me he loves me. But I go and I talk to my neighbor, and I talked to his dad. He said, I haven't told my son I loved him in 20 years. So what I'm talking about is, I hope you can understand my point, the quiet strength it takes to be a man and a father in today's society. I hope you can understand that just as this fountain is standing strong and is always here, the same as with our fathers. And if you're a father and you're trying to better a relationship with your child or in your relationship, just understand as long as you're living, there's a chance for you to do that. Jim Valvano, the great coach, said, "My father gave me the greatest gift anyone could give a person. He believed in me." I was talking with some brothers yesterday, and the importance of just constantly just telling these young people you believe in them. And I know it's difficult because if you don't have that picturesque, white picket fence situation. I saw the story of Jerome Bettis, NFL uh, football stories, and his dad said, "I don't have much to give you but a good name." I see sometimes we got to understand if we can't be there to provide in the most material of ways, we can provide character opportunities, man. We can be there and we can be the best example we can be of showing them what hard work looks like, getting up every day, having a great reputation. David Gottesman said, "Fathers, like mothers, are not born. Men grow into fathers, and fathering is a very important stage in their development." Listen to that. That's what I'm talking about. You may not, you could argue that a woman is born a mother and has that motherly instinct. But as a dad, man, I just met a young brother yesterday. He found out that his lady is going to be having a child, and they're going to start a family. So now he's trying to develop into a father. There's a development process, and that process may take longer than others. It may not look the way others look, but I stand telling you right now, soon to be 45 years old in a relationship with my dad, we're like this. But there was a time I would have argued that it wasn't. But I'm just saying to those fathers out there, I don't know who needs to hear this story. If you're working to repair a relationship, if you're working to improve yourself, just know that there's a quiet strength you have to have. People may talk down upon you. They may not lift you up. They may not, shut down the restaurants like they do for you on Mother's Day to honor you. They may let you go out and barbecue because you like to do that, but that's okay. But have the same quiet strength as this memorial behind me that's always there no matter what. When Michelle saw it, she knew what it was. See, that's what being a good father is. No matter what's going on, if something got to get done, they know they can rely on you. I know it's hard. I know I'm speaking to somebody who is just trying, and some of you may just think, I'm better off giving up. You may have a toxic relationship with the woman, the mother of your child, but still that child needs you in a way. And I'm sure there's probably some stories. It could be some police reports. It could be all kind of scandalous things. But I'm saying that you got to have that quiet strength and continue to do the best you can to be there for your child despite the circumstances. George Herbert said, "One father is more than 100 schoolmasters." Yeah, I know it's hard. It's not a parade for fathers every day. We're not held up and acknowledged in a way other individuals are. But you can do so much. People can say, "I can remember this one thing my father told me." So don't be afraid. And for those fathers who are there in your children's lives, who are husbands and all those things, I commend you on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Keep that quiet strength. Yeah, that was your day, but it's going to continue to happen, Angela says, "Good men are definitely needed in our lives. Maybe not a dad, but a strong, dedicated man. My dad is awesome, but everyone doesn't have that." Angela, thank you so much for sharing that. A woman coming forward and just talking about that, the impact that it has, and I think we have to understand in society that we don't have these natural and, these, nuclear families like we used to. It's just different. But I'm just encouraging the men, just like Angela is saying, just if you can be a good man and have that quiet strength. And I think I have to emphasize the quiet strength part, Angela, is because when you don't get that support and feedback, you may want to fall back, but you still got to be strong. My mother told me one day before I got married, and I think this is applicable to even now, is that she's the picture and I'm the frame. Well, the picture is going to get all the looks. The picture is going to get held in regard, but the frame is absolutely important. That's that quiet strength that we have to have as men, as fathers, to be that frame, to be able to hold on even when the acknowledgement is not coming to us. So I appreciate you sharing that, Angela. That was very heartfelt, and I think it's important to hear that. And I think for women, we just have to understand that despite the men in your life, if they are falling short from your expectation, you have to understand that despite your challenges, there's a unique set of challenges for men in this world. There's a unique set of challenges for African American men. And I know some of you may look and say, I don't want to hear that, no excuses, but the reality is the reality. fathers are developed over time. And unfortunately, many of us didn't have those role models to guide us. I'm thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for Ernest McCoy, who was a great role model for me, that helped me in just becoming a man. The story of the African-American man is a unique story in American history. And at the end of the day, we get the least amount of pity. And I'm not asking for pity, but I'm asking for understanding. So on this day after Father's Day, I just want to continue to just urge and just share with people. And I just say, in Psychology Today said this 10 years ago, the perception and the image of the heterosexual man in this country has been negative, de-idolized, and potentially harmful as it is now. So it's been challenges for a long time. But we keep it cool. We have that quiet strength. We fall back and remain strong, just as Scott Memorial is strong and still going to be here for years and years to come. So I hope this can be a positive message to someone. Heavyweight champion Ken Norton once said, of all these titles I've been privileged to have, Dad has always been the best. I'm happy to be a dad. You know, where's my princess? My princess right here. She's getting so much older. I don't know what to do. I can't handle it. But on this Monday motivation, I just want to share that message to the dads out there. I want to thank the women that's been coming on supporting me. I want to thank Michelle, your support. Angela, thank you for what you've shared. I appreciate that. James Wu-Payne, happy belated birthday, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. This is Lindsey Hudson representing the D. I'll be over at the Derek Coleman DC Elite tonight, holding my man down, supporting our young people. And, you know, we can always get it in. She's beautiful. Thank you, Angela. Thank you very much. So we're going to get out of here. Going to get this day started. I want you guys to have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. Lindsey Hudson from SPS. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.